Good morning. We are having sourdough pancakes for breakfast. The kids are folding up the girls' bed, putting it all away, and entertaining the baby. We're just getting our day started. Wait, I think you need to take your pajamas off first. Patty, you need to take your jammies off first. Your what? You're filming you? Yeah. Woohoo! We just got a package from a friend of ours, and we're gonna open it up and see what we got. Here, Ems, hold it.
Babe.
What? You guys, it's weave fabric!
Woo! Yeah. And that looks like good. He's excited.
You guys, it's weed fabric. Thank you so much, Dory. And so much more. She sent potato slips, sweet potato slips, and
A whole box of stuff.
oh my goodness. I can't wait to unwrap all this goodies.
We got a car.
That is insane.
What is this for? It's multi-purpose wire.
Wire for a clothesline.
Ooh.
That's how they...
Dandelion.
Isn't that rad? Oh, what a blessing. And clothes. She sent work clothes for you guys, so you don't keep ruining your pants and your shirts and stuff.
And then it's this. Don't untie it.
Georgia.
This is very nice.
Unpacking this with all these little people is going to be chaos, but I'll be sure to show you what we got once it's all unpacked.
This pan right here.
Okay.
This must be the slips.
That's the slips. What'd you find, Bird?
That's soap or something in the shower. I bought soap.
You guys, this is like Christmas for these kids. They're in heaven. Ooh, almonds.
Mom, what are these almond called again?
Those are loofah gourds. She grows them. I watched a video of her cleaning them and drying them. So many goodies. And these beautiful Lila Rose hair clips. My kids can't wait to get the snacks. Ready for pancakes, ladies?
Eddie, Ellie, Bird, Shiloh, Emma, Abby.
You're gonna have yogurt after? I was going over our weekend list and what we got finished and what we didn't. Mom has a list and Dad has a list. Dad got most of his things done with the help of the boys. I did not. The only thing Brandon didn't knock off his list this weekend was putting up our mailbox, and that is because we were waiting on the postmaster to decide if we were allowed to have it up on our road or if we had on our little dirt road, or if we had to put it down below on the main road. And it sounds like after this morning that we have to put it down below. So good thing he didn't finish that. I have to tackle a bunch of bread making and tortilla making and basically week prep. So we have to do granola and things like that. So that is on the schedule today. Another? That's Parmesan cheese. Yep. Yummy! Sourdough pancakes are these kids' absolute favorite, and I use the very simple King Arthur flour recipe. I will post a link below, but it's super simple, not time consuming, and delicious. It's always so quiet when they're eating. Not when they're not eating. When they're not eating, it's a circus. We primarily drink water out of our 2 Berkeys, but as a treat, we make a batch of sweet tea. Sometimes we do half regular black tea with a couple of peach tea bags, or we just mix it up. Today we are doing just that, decaffeinated black tea with a peach tea bag in there, and we are adding sucanat to sweeten it. Good job, Bubba. We steep the tea bags at the very bottom with hot water. We pour our sucanat in to dissolve the sucanat because it's kind of thick. It's coarse, so it's easier to dissolve in the hot water. And then once the sucanat is all dissolved, then we fill the jar up the rest of the way with Berkey water.
And I did the blueberries.
Yeah, it's the top one right there.
Check out these sweet potato slips. Goodness, they are beautiful. Can't wait to get them in the ground. Can't wait to get those sweet potato slips in the ground. Hopefully tonight when Brandon gets home from work, we will be able to cut down one more tree and put up our mailbox. The bigger kids are out. Actually, they're actually my middles. So Evan, Owen, Abby, Emma, Shiloh, Ellie, and Hattie are out picking more blackberries because they want to make a blackberry crisp tonight. So they're out picking blackberries, and I'm gonna get lunch together, and it's gonna be simple. Bean and rice, because that's what we have left over. Bean and rice, burritos, or tacos, depending on how many tortillas we have. We have some corn tortillas and some flour. So that's what we do. Leftover lunches are a lot of what goes on around here. We try and stretch every meal and every penny to make it count. We are super not fancy. Like, we eat really simple, real food because that's what's easiest for me, and that's what makes eating real food doable, is if it's simple. I mean, I like a fancy meal like the best of them, and I can fancy up some meals, but for our everyday life, simple, easy meals are what works for us. All of a sudden a big thunderstorm hit and we are getting poured on. It feels like most days around here revolve around food, and that's probably because it's true. If we're not making a meal, we're cleaning up a meal and putting away a meal or prepping a meal for the next day. That's just the way it works with this size family. And on top of all the meal prep and meal cooking, everything else is like Tetris. Every task is like Tetris in an RV. So if you live in one, or if you're about to live in one, prepare for that. We've had lots of practice. For dinner tonight, we are having cabbage, sausage, and lentil soup. So back here in my stock pot, I love this, by the way. This is the best cast iron, enameled cast iron pot. It's by Lodge, and it's really affordable. It's not one of those fancy ones, but it works just as good, and it's huge, and it fits a whole batch of soup for my crew. So if you don't have one, you should get one. So I'm warming up my avocado oil in my Lodge cast iron pot, and I'm gonna toss in the lentils, the onions and the celery to saute together and the lentils to brown a little bit. Then I am going to throw in the sausage. Mince a couple cloves of garlic and toss that in with the onions, the lentils, and the celery. This garlic press is awesome. It's from Pampered Chef. I got it a really long time ago, but I think they still carry it. So if you're looking for one, this is a really great one.
Huh?
No.
He's just trying to stare at you. I'm trying to talk to him.
I actually only add salt to this because the Italian sausage is very flavorful. It's the Italian sausage that I got from our friends the Taylors from their farm. And the chicken stock that I made from their chicken is also very flavorful. So there's a ton of flavor already in it, and if one of the kids want to add something to it, whether it be jalapenos or whatever, hot sauce, they can do that after. Another quick tip. While you're dicing and chopping and cutting, keep a Ziploc bag handy because all those onion skins or the butts of the onions or the bottoms of the celery or the tops of the celery, all of those can be frozen and then they're in your freezer ready for your next batch of bone broth. So you can just toss all those, what people would call scraps, in with your chicken carcass and it makes a really flavorful bone broth. So I just tossed in the Italian sausage and the cabbage, and I'm gonna let that cook down just a little bit. And then I'm going to add a bunch, I don't measure, can you tell? A bunch of chicken broth or chicken stock or bone broth, whatever you have. I'm gonna fill up my pot all the way down and just let it simmer and cook everything together for about 30-35 minutes. Alright, the soup is done and I'm gonna get these starving kids served up. We usually eat it with homemade bread with butter on it, but it's good just the way it is. It's one of Brandon's favorite meals and the kids want to make sure I tell you that he loves cabbage and lentil soup. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today and we will see you on the next one.
No,